The Seattle International Film Festival concludes this weekend. Of the films screening through the final weekend, here are the ones we loved. The Seattle International Film Festival concludes this weekend with a final selection of screenings. Here are the highlights for the festival's last days from movie reviewers Moira Macdonald, Brent McKnight and J.R. Kinnard. For more information, see SIFF.net. Bodied, one-half SIFF missed the boat. Joseph Kahn's Bodied should be a midnighter, in no doubt. Like Scott Pilgrim for the battle rap set, it's tailor-made for a rowdy, raucous late-night audience. It doesn't always hit its mark and meanders too far afield in the middle, but when the story, about an awkward white college student with a proclivity for sharp-tongued rhymes, is working, it crackles with electricity. With an eye towards skewering everything from the hypocrisy of political correctness to misogyny and racism, Bodied isn't for the easily offended. It'll make you squirm, and it's a total banger, best seen with a crowd. Kahn will attend both screenings, 9:30 p.m. June 9th, Egyptian, 9:15 p.m. June 10th, Egyptian, Brent McKnight Brewmaster, one-half. If beer is a religion, then a brewmaster is the high priest of hops. Director Douglas Terrell's exhaustive survey of these craft brewers celebrates the democratization of the beer industry. A curious blend of artist, scientist and snake oil salesman, the modern home brewer has turned passion for bathtub alchemy into a lucrative profession. Terrell splits his time between a few brewmasters who have risen to the top, and those still struggling to find the winning formula. Brewmaster is a great thirst quencher for fans of craft beer. Terrell is scheduled to attend the Uptown screening, 6:30 p.m. June 8th, Uptown, 1:45 p.m. June 10th, Pacific Place, J.R. Kinnard, Dark River, one-half. You might wish for subtitles during Cleo Barnard's moody British drama. Those Yorkshire accents are often as thick as a moorland fog, but there's no mistaking its impact. Ruth Wilson, wound so tightly that every breath seems startling, plays Alice, an itinerant sheep's hair warily returning to the family farm after her father's death to confront the darkness of her childhood. Flashbacks, overlapping and interacting with the present, tell the story. They're punctuated by the tinny bleat of sheep, the endless green damp of the fields and the resolute fear in Wilson's eyes. Dark fare indeed, and you won't shake it off easily. 9:15 p.m. June 2nd, Uptown, 9:30 p.m. June 9th, Pacific Place, Moira Macdonald, 8th grade, one-half. A charmer that aspires to be Lady Bird Jr. and almost gets there. Bo Burnham's 8th grade follows 13-year-old Kayla, Elsie Fisher, through a god-awful final week of middle school. She's named most quiet, and things go downhill from there. Fisher delivers a glorious symphony of awkward poignancy, from Kayla's cringe-worthy attempts to chat up a popular girl, "I like your shirt, I have a shirt, too," to her ultimately sweet connection with her kind, befuddled single dad Josh Hamilton. Along the way, she perfectly sums up that feeling of being 13, "I'm nervous, like I'm waiting in line for a roller coaster. I never get the feeling of after you ride the roller coaster." Burnham and Fisher are scheduled to attend both screenings. 6:30 p.m. June 9th, Egyptian, 12:30 p.m. June 10th, Uptown, mm. The Heiresses, one-half. The Heiresses is the kind of story Hollywood doesn't tell anymore, a 50-something woman daring to rekindle her lost spirit of discovery. Director Marcello Martinez's winning drama finds the financially ruined heiress named Shayla, the exquisite Anna Brunn, struggling to survive the imprisonment of her longtime lover. With painstaking care and respect, Martinez transforms the skulking Shayla back into a semi-functional human being with hot blood pumping in her veins. Beautiful storytelling that imperceptibly builds toward painful yet life-affirming truths. Martinez is scheduled to attend both screenings, 6:30 p.m. June 6th, Uptown, 4 p.m. June 7th, Uptown, JRK. Killing Jesus, one-half. Filmed in an intimate, handheld style, with a cast of non-professional actors, director Laura Mora Ortega's debut, Killing Jesus, paints a gritty, raw portrait of grief, revenge, systemic poverty and inescapable cycles of violence. When her activist father is gunned down before her eyes, photography student Paula runs into a wall of corrupt, disinterested police. Following a chance encounter with the killer, a young hood named Jesus, she sets out on a mission of retribution. She enmeshes herself in his world of rugged flop houses, aimless wandering in reckless despair, only to find they're both stuck in the same grinder. 7 p.m. June 10th, Pacific Place, BM. Nayla and the Uprising. One half you could dedicate an entire library to the geopolitical complexity of the Middle East. Documentarian Julia Baca presents One Thin Slice, the Palestinian women at the heart of the 1987 First Intifada. Nayla Ayyash, who became the face of the uprising in the occupied territories, paid a terrible price for resistance, including a miscarriage during a grueling interrogation. Through archival footage, riveting interviews with the participants and evocative animations, we meet the brave women who organized rallies and educated Palestinians to be economically independent. Their story deserves more than 76 minutes, but this is a fascinating start. Baca is scheduled to attend the June 7th screening, while producer Jen Marlowe will attend the June 10th screening. 6:30 p.m. June 7th, Uptown, noon June 10th, Uptown, JRK. Retablo, one half for father-son duo Noe and Segundo, making intricate potato figurines, called retablo, for local Peruvian villagers is not only a source of income but of respect. They are artists in a community of peasants. Everything changes when Segundo discovers his father's dangerous secret, which polarizes the entire village with violence. Director Alvaro L. Aparicio sculpts a world for Segundo every bit as delicate as his father's figurines. He's a sensitive, confused boy tiptoeing toward manhood in a village plagued by restrictive mores and dire punishments for those who do not conform. Aparicio is scheduled to attend both screenings. 6:45 p.m. June 7th, Pacific Place, 11 a.m. June 9th, Pacific Place, JRK. Ruin Me, one half initially, Preston DeFrancis' debut horror feature, Ruin Me, unfurls as expected. A non-horror fan reluctantly accompanies her boyfriend on a slasher camp weekend, but the game may be all too real. Genre fans are well acquainted with similar setups. But around the midway point, Ruin Me takes interesting turns with both plot and protagonist, ratchets up the mystery and treks into unanticipated territory. It may not blow any minds, but horror fans should add it to their SIFF must-see list. Ruin Me screens with horror short, The Real Santa. Writer, producer Trista A. Bassett, producer David Hendelman and The Real Santa, director Robert Odwumney will attend both screenings. 11:55 p.m. June 8th, Egyptian, 8:30 p.m. June 9th, Uptown, BM, Seattle International Film Festival, through June 10th at SIFF Cinema Uptown, SIFF Cinema Egyptian, SIFF Film Center. Individual tickets are $11 for weekday matinees, $9 SIFF members, $14 evening, weekend shows, $12 SIFF members, various ticket packages available. Box office, 206-324-9996, SIFF.net or at festival venues.